Greetings once again, fellow Summit family. Mr. Wisniewski coming back at you again here with a fun rendition of, this time, math word problems. Now, we are going to basically look at these math word problems here, and they're going to range in the following categories. And I'm going to do blue today. Everything going to be written in blue because it is actually National Autism Awareness Day, also Autism Awareness Month. So today's segment I'm going to actually write in blue in honor. Okay, so I think that, yes, that's blue. So with our word problems, they're going to focus on addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, there's going to be two of these subtraction problems because I noticed with these Common Core sheets that they have two different variations of how they ask subtraction problems. And it's a little weird, I'm not going to lie, but we'll get to that when we are getting there. So first off, whenever you have a math word problem, no matter the difficulty of the word problem, whether it's an easier word problem or a more challenging word problem, it's always good to make meaning or to read over the word problem and make sense of what we just read. So let's look here at number one. It says, Paige had 42 video games. If she put them into stacks with 6 in each stack, how many stacks could she make? Okay, so we just read through the problem first. Now we're going to have to reread the problem again, thinking, okay, so this girl named Paige, and she had 42 video games. Okay. She put them into stacks with 6, and then each stack. Okay. How many stacks could she make? So initially she has 42. She's putting them into 6 stacks each stack, and that's going to be a key word here. We always have key words or clue words to help us out to understand which one of these 4 above is this going to relate to, okay? Is this going to be multiplication, division, adding, or subtracting? So if I originally had 42 video games and I put them into stacks with 6 of them each stack, I'm actually going to divide this. So I'm going to actually end up dividing these numbers. So 42 divided by 6, how many times 6 goes into 42? Well, that's 7, okay? Now, there's usually a part where, you would put your answers over here, but for the sake of, the writing here, we'll just kind of write over here for right now. Okay, so this is the first part, is we made meaning of what the question is asking, and we responded well to it. Now, there is one thing left. Word problems require labeling, okay? So you can't say this is 7 toenail clippings, or is this 7 jars of spaghetti sauce? 7 what? Well, we know that there's stacks. These are 7 stacks of, so we have 6 in each stack. So how many stacks could she make? So the question is how many stacks? So that's why we would say 7 stacks. Just like that. Okay. And then, to coin the phrase from one Mr. Kadri, circle your answer, your final answer, so that way we know. Okay. The next one. For his birthday, Will bought 5 boxes of cupcakes to school. If each box had 7 cupcakes in it, how many cupcakes did he have in total? Okay, so once again, we have Will, and he brought 5 boxes of cupcakes to school, so he has 5 boxes of cupcakes. If each box had 7 cupcakes in it, how many cupcakes we have total? So once again here, we're looking at this again. We have each box, okay? Each box has 7, okay, cupcakes in it. So he had 5 boxes originally, and then each one had 7. Now, clearly, we gotta now think about, what are we gonna have to do here? in the last one, we had a really bigger number with a smaller number, and we knew that by putting things into stacks, like almost piling them up, divvying them up, if you will, we knew to divide. So this way, we know that we're looking at something like this, and we have to actually multiply it, right? 5 times 7. And once again, 5 times 7, that would give us 35, okay? Because we know there's 5 boxes, and in every box there's 7 of them, so how many cupcakes will we have? Okay, so that's going to be part of our labeling, 35 cupcakes. Sorry about the horrible writing. Sometimes it's hard just to write on a screen like this. Okay, so 35 cupcakes. Now, so this is what we have here. So we knew that, again, this also makes sense because you're bringing it for a class. Having 35 cupcakes is a little more, easier to determine. All right. Next up, we have a farmer had 10 tomatoes from his garden. If he picked 6 of them, how many we have left? Okay, well, we know this past tense word is even important. He had 10 tomatoes. He picked 6. How many are left? Okay, so he has or had 10. He picks 6. How many are left? So what do you think we have to do here? If you originally had this, you then picked this, or you had this second number, and then it says how many would you have left? This is a glorified subtraction problem, okay? And this is the one of 2 subtraction problems that I talked about. And the other one that we're going to talk about is going to be a little different. But this one is the more straightforward. So 10 minus 6, I'm actually going to end up getting 4. But remember labeling. So 4 tomatoes. Oh, once again, circle. Oh, and I just realized I didn't circle the top one. So sorry about that. Okay, we're going to scroll on down. And of course, knowing our software here, I also have to do some erasing first, so bear with me on some erasing. So while I'm doing this erasing, I just wanted to wish you guys well and hope everything is going well. I know I've been making some phone calls and reaching out, emails, Google Meets, things like that. So I know this is more of a, different time that we're living in, but, just doing the best that you can. Just making sure that everything is going well, and that's just, that's all we can do right now. Yes, getting the work done can be important, but, primarily your health and well-being is what we all care about, okay? So we just hope you're all taking care of yourselves. Maybe just, also spending some time out. Right now, today's April 2nd, so it's actually really nice and sunny out. Maybe go out for a nice walk, anything like that, but, something along those lines. All right, almost done. I know. All right, last 2 up, okay? So, we have Oliver collected 4 seashells from the beach on Monday and 13 more on Tuesday. How many did he have altogether? So once again, we know he has 4 seashells on Monday, 13 more on Tuesday, and they're saying how many did he have altogether? So once again, our wording helps us. The wording itself tells me that I'm actually going to have to add these guys. So 4 plus 13 equals, and if I add those up, 17, and then with our labeling, seashells. Circle, circle, circle. Boom. All right. And I just realized with that big old circle I made there, I kind of covered up part of the problem below. That's not good. So let's try that part there. We'll just do it very nice. Underneath here. Perfect. Okay. So far, 4 out of these 5 were pretty straightforward. We understood the words that we're reading, and we know what operation we're using, whether it be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Now, I promised that the last one was going to be subtraction because there was two subtraction problems. And this is what it's going to look like here. And these are going to look different, okay? So some of us may have these, and some of us may have these kind of word problems, and we have to kind of figure out, how do I best respond? So it says Vanessa took 2 fish out of her fish tank. Now there are 8 fish in the tank. How many does she have to start with? Okay, so this is, to believe it or not, part of the subtraction word problems. But almost you can take this one of two ways. We know she took 2 fish out of the tank. There's 8 fish in the tank. How many were in the tank to start with, though? See, this is the part they put here. How many to start with? There was an original number here. There was a number, x. We don't know. She takes out 2. So minus 2 equals 8. Okay? So technically, we did make a subtraction problem. This is true. However, we don't know the original start here. It's not like the previous one where it said the farmer had this many tomatoes, he picked this many, how many does he have left? This, we knew she took out 2 fish and she has 8 fish left, but we just don't know what she had originally. So this basically turns into an algebra problem, a one-step word problem, or one-step equation, if you will. Or I'm sorry, one-step variable. So we know here that the x is being bothered by this 2. It's attached by subtraction, or because it's minus 2. So we have to do the opposite, plus 2 on both sides. That cancels out. Our x is left over. 8 plus 2, and we get 10. So 10 fish. We put that off to the side here. 10 fish. And then circle. So in a nutshell, that's basically how you can attack those problems as well. Now you can also kind of say, well, she took 2 out, she had 8 left, so you could say, well, 8 plus 2 equals 10. So that's how many she started off with too, right? I mean, yeah, you could take it either way, but because, again, these are more glorified subtraction problems, kind of start setting them up like this, though, okay? It also kind of helps with our algebra skills as well. So we're kind of tackling 2 skills at once. All right, so appreciate this little mini lesson tutorial on taking math word problems and matching A, the operation, and B, how we solve them. And most importantly, C, when you have these kind of word problems, you make sure you label, okay? Always important to label. All right, everybody, I hope all is well. You all are amazing people. I hope you have a great day and spring break. If you're watching this video, because it's April 2nd, 2020, next week, April 6th through 10th, is our spring break. So have a restful spring break. I will post a video next week wishing you all well and making sure everything's great. But until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.